guys, welcome back. Jeff, waywardcitygames.com. Today I have specifically requested Jesse join me here in the studio because we're playing Cyborgs and Machines.
But not Machine Drummon.
But not Machine Drummon.
Not the good one, okay.
This is my time in the spotlight.
Okay. Gotcha, okay.
So let's talk about Raidenmon. I love Raidenmon.
Apparently.
I do. I'm a huge Raidenmon fan. Everyone at our locals knows how badly I was trying to get these pre-releases, and I traded and probably paid a little bit too much for them, but it's just such a fun deck. It's such a fun deck, in fact, that I have built 3 versions, and I cannot decide which one I like the most.
Can we just call it Rainbow Robots?
I like that. Rainbow Robots. Yeah. So today we have a special treat for you guys. You get 3 deck profiles in one video, and I'll make this easy for you. I'm just going to lay each version out, talk about the key differences, key different strategies, etc. So I'll just do a quick overview of what I got here. So my first version, this is the one that I've playtested the most. This is my first version of it, and I really do like this one. It is a fun way to play. It's a more Mega Zoo style. It plays a lot of high body level 7s, and I get to take advantage of Merciful Mode probably better than any other deck I've ever seen.
This is the one that I've seen the most. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one you've play tested against me the most.
Yes.
I like this one. This one's fun. But I'm an Omnimon fanboy too.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're
great.
checking a lot of my boxes.
This one's so much fun. I agree. So Raidenmon, right? When you Digivolve it, when you play it, you get to put up to one of each of these from your trash underneath him.
Is it trash or trash and hand?
It's trash, unfortunately. It's not as good as Machine Drummon,
gotcha.
right? But so what's great about that is when you Digivolve Raidenmon to Zwart Defeat, then you Digivolve into Merciful Mode. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mega level Digimon, which means Merciful Mode can take out 5 bodies with no restriction.
Boom, boom, boom.
And you'd be surprised how many times, maybe I don't clear 5, but I do get up to 5, right? Like I clear my opponent's board, but they just didn't have 5. But it actually happens way more than you think it would. So,
and the important thing there too is if it's going on as Zwart Defeat, you're doing all that for 3 memory.
For 3 memory on top of the Zwart Defeat.
Yeah.
So, and Merciful Mode's really nice in this deck because it can Digivolve on top of our Sujin, Raijin, and Fujin.
Yeah.
For the normal 6 without having the Raiden or without having the Zwart Defeat. So you got a lot of good versatility here. And this deck is just so much fun that I also want to try it in a maybe more traditional sense is what I wanted to say with where you build stacks.
Yeah.
So we get to take advantage of some great level 5s. We get to take advantage of the EX1 Andromon to give him blocker. And he also helps get cards in trash quicker.
Right.
And we get this brutal Metal Greymon. This Metal Gray allows you to attack unsuspended if you're a machine. Raidenmon is a machine, not a cyborg.
Perfect.
So really helps with that. And then this third version, I'm a huge purple fan, and I love playing Miss Memory Boost in decks that really help accelerate cards in the trash. I'm sure you'll see me talk about Miss Memory Boost a lot in a lot of decks. I know I played in our Eosmon on our channel. Take a look at that if you haven't seen it. But I'm doing a purple base where the 7s, because there's not as much room for the level 7s, I'm trying Death X. Is super powerful in the meta right now. Very good card. Can Digivolve on all of our 6s up here. And it's just a great way to play Raidenmon. So that being said, we'll get in our first version here. All right, guys. So this is the version I've tested the most. This one has been incredibly fun. It's been giving me a lot of success. And I find that when I've tried to tweak this a little bit, that it almost goes the wrong way. So I'm really happy with this for now. I'm excited to play all 3 versions. We're going to get some gameplay of all 3 versions on our channel up here soon. But for now, let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
So our eggs, we're playing a black base. The Pagumon's great. Get a black Digimon to your hand. Almost all the Digimon we're playing are black besides these 7, the 7 level 7s, right?
So is the Pagumon a choice or lack of options?
The Pagumon in this is actually a choice.
That one's actually good. Okay.
Pagu's actually a good in this because it gets you so many cards in your hand quickly. Yeah. And we need a lot of cards because we use the Haguru to trash a card with Machine or Cyborg to draw to. And then it gets us these into our hand to then get into the trash quicker.
Okay.
Right, for that option, or even Kazu when he draws.
Yeah.
The Chicory has just been such a fun and black-based Mega Zoo. I've been messing a lot with that kind of combination. And it's fun playing 8 level 3s. You could go down to 4 if you wanted to play like 4 Iron Fisted Onslaughts. And I find that if I just have this a little bit of aggression, a little bit of defense and the security with the D-Digivolve, that I've been having a lot of fun with that.
I got a question on that, though.
Yeah.
So, with the new starter decks coming out
Yeah.
and Cross coming out.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to change that to the new Chikuri that prevents play cost reduction to be defensive against
question.
Cross?
I want to test it because I almost want to Digivolve their Shoutmon.
Okay.
Because then they
Okay.
lose that save.
Okay.
They lose that save mechanic where they put the things, whereas Digivolve gets around that.
I know you're a 4 of guy, but
Yeah.
you could go 2 and 2.
I might try a 2 of 2 of. So we're gonna have a lot of
Run
fun
that,
testing
run that
that.
like Psychomon defense.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna help a little bit, and I think that that's gonna be our way out of this Death Xmon
Yeah. Yeah.
groove we're in right now, where we see it in every deck.
Absolutely. So that's definitely worth considering. So I'll definitely be testing that out. Mechanories. I'm stealing this from your Machine list, Jesse. 2 Mechanories.
I love it. It's still a gotcha card.
It is.
It still stops a lot of people in their tracks.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like to play those memory deniers.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
use them to swing for game,
Yeah.
or try and get that extra security check to make you kind of rethink how you're
Yeah.
gonna play your next turn.
What I also really like too is when I have my Izzy out in the field, who's a memory setter, right? And then they have their tamer, which is also a memory setter. I can hard play a Chicory or a Haguru for 3, and then Digivolve for 3 to a Mechanori. I got a good blocker with defense on the field, as well as not giving them extra memory, or just hard playing this for 4 and only I give them 1, but then they go to 3. Sometimes it feels bad, but it's a zoo deck. Sometimes you just have to do that. Mechanori is a great hard play, no matter how much memory you're giving them, right?
My other favorite part of that card is when you are the first to your memory tamer.
Yes.
And it is a great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to choke you.
I'll put you at
and I'm
1.
gonna put a great defensive
But
card
I'm
on
at
the
3.
board.
Yeah, absolutely. Mechanori is great. I would like to go to a 3 of this, so I might have to tinker with some room for now. Stick with the 2 because I do have another blocker, another level 6. So this is the whole reason you're here today, Jesse. I'm playing Machine Dermon.
That's not my Machine Dermon.
so for
not
those
my
of you who
baby.
don't know, this is the BT2 Machine Dermon.
Yeah.
So he's a blocker.
He is.
He has an on-play effect. Digivolve 2 on 2 of your opponent's Digimon.
That part I like, because that part does fit with the meta where you're talking
Yeah.
about like the new Alphamon that came out, the
Yeah.
Digivolves one, the Gaiomon. You're still fitting that, like, I'm gonna scrape your Oryukin off, I'm gonna scrape, your War Gray X. I'm gonna do
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that, and you end up with a blocker. It's just risky to give him that much memory.
Yeah. So
it's a risk reward.
It is a risk reward, and ideally I don't like to hard play it all the time unless it's like really is the right moment. What I like about this card is the 12 play cost when I'm talking about Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon.
Yeah.
So I'm playing that as a 4 of, right? And the reason why I'm doing a 4 of is because if it hits in security, I can trash a 12 cost Machine Dramon to delete a 12 cost Alpha, to delete a 12 cost War Gray X, to delete, a Grand Koaga's 12K. I think Grandis is 13. I think it might be 12. I have to double check on that. But this Machine Dramon is one of those cards I like to keep in hand. So when this triggers insecurity, I can trash that, right?
To pop a 12.
Yeah. Because I was experimenting and I was trying the Ultimate Brachiomon, that 10 cost red-black.
Yeah.
So I had one more color to make Raidenmon. So if you guys like that idea, try it and let me know. But I found that having that 12 cost number is what I'm looking for.
That's fair.
Now, next set, there's a blue-black level 6 coming out. Cannon? He's a big dinosaur machine with guns. I can't remember.
There'll be a picture of it.
But he's a blocker, and he has almost a similar effect, super similar to Mechanori.
Gotcha.
Right? And he's a 13 cost, which means...
It'll be right here, so go ahead and be ready.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name, guys. I'm horrible today, right? But that will be 1 extra play cost to make this even more deadly in security. So that for
Gotcha.
sure will be updated.
So you got a future cast going.
I
for
do
this
have
deck.
a future,
Okay.
yes. So I just love this deck too much not to think about the future with it.
Yeah.
So I'm playing 4 of all of our main pieces. Now, this deck has that strength versus the stack build, which only plays 3 of each of these because of the fact that you are trying to fit in room. Whereas if you play it like a Mega Zoo deck where you're playing so many level 6s, right, you have all this room. And this Raidenmon can Digivolve on any black level 6, including this Machine Dramon for only 2.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can hard play that, Digivolve into Raiden for 2, gain your memory back by putting that as underneath, and now you're talking 1 more level 6 for Merciful Mode to trigger to delete another body. Now that's up to 6.
Okay.
So that's 6 bodies it could delete potentially.
I mean, that makes that risk reward even more rewarding.
You really got to play with it and figure out, your play style and when it's the right time to strike and give him that much memory. But that's just Mega Zoo, right? You really need to understand Mega Zoo to fully grasp that.
The biggest part of that,
Yeah.
too, is what is your
Yeah.
opponent playing?
Exactly.
I
If
mean,
they're just playing a bunch of things, they'll just completely blow you out of the water and punish you. If you give them 12, don't do it.
Yeah.
Give them 10 because you can't give them 12, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, Alphamon, if you give
Yeah.
them 10, essentially they have 18, right?
They just gain so much memory. Chumon could also be a good level 3. He's talking about memory stoppers.
Yeah.
I've just been really liking the Chicory because he Digivolves. What's great about Raidenmon is if you have 4 different colors in your level 6s, right? So if you have a Sujin, a Raijin, and a Fujin underneath him, he will de-digivolve every time he swings, and he's a 15k body.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. So all the de-digivolve that you will have him. Once this Raidenmon is set up, he is actually really difficult to take away.
Yeah.
That 15k is on your opponent's turn, right? And he's just a big, beefy body that doesn't die in security that way, right?
Yeah. But your goal in this deck isn't to stay in Raidenmon.
No, not necessarily. Yeah. My goal is to like get a Raidenmon nice set up, right?
Yeah. Do all the things.
Yeah, do all the things Raidenmon does. That's great. And then I can go into my 7s.
Start to punish.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of 7s, Zwart Defeat. Great body. I love being able to play it as a 4 of. Yes, sometimes I do get flooded with too many level 7s in this deck, but this deck is a gamble, right?
I'm surprised you went 4 of that Omnimon and 3 Mercifuls.
Yeah, so I found myself wanting... Sometimes I almost want to go to 2 of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would have went the other way.
The reason why I like it as a 3 of, right, is when Zwart comes... And the reason why I like it as a 4 of is because when this pops out of security.
Okay. So
Pops out of security.
odds. Got it.
And then I have a Merciful mode to go on top to delete 1 body for only 3.
Okay.
Right, which if I'm with the Izzy on the field, right, that's still my turn.
Yep.
I can swing with that, and then the next turn, I trash security, go back to his Zwart Defeat, so that way his great on deletion effect is still there.
Still menacing.
Still a super menacing threat. I love Zwart Defeat as a 4 of. Even if I don't get the Merciful modes, and I just got a Zwart Defeat on top of this, go ahead, kill my big body. He's the one that's taking you out, right?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but all those inheritables that they get from like Sujin, Raijin, Fujin,
Yeah.
none of those rely on that card being anything.
None of them.
So the Zwart Defeat will still get all of those awesome
Absolutely.
inheritables, yeah.
All these great when attacking effects, and I find that I really like, in my opinion, my favorite one is the Raijin. That minus 4k is really nice.
Yeah.
Your opponent's got a big body suspended, giving it minus 4k and swinging into it's great. The Sujin is my second favorite, returning 1 opponent's level 4 to its owner's hand. The Fujin, it's been okay, but that's generally not the one that I like the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, if I can get all 3, that's great. But sometimes with this deck, you get what you get. So Zwart Defeat, great level 7, cops out of security, deletes a body if they kill it. When Digivolving, deletes Tamers. It's going to have a lot of future use. Again, another reason why it's a 4 of. When in the Shoutmon Cross Wars meta, right, and delete all those Tamers. Merciful mode's great as a 3, trash security, and with 3, I find that it's consistent enough to where I can repeat that same play over and over again.
Okay.
Right? I can either have the Zwart Defeat on board or whatever stack I have, right? And then go into that merciful mode, trash security, do it again the next turn.
Gotcha.
Right? It just keeps repeating over and over again.
And you got a good way to search that out coming up, I see, in your future there.
So let's talk about this option real quick. Then we'll get to the fun part with the Tamers. Attack the Heavy Mobile Digimon. This card is so good for this deck. I mean, Raidenmon's on the artwork. It's obviously made for Raidenmon. It's great in your Machinedramon deck, but this one needs a 4 of.
Yeah.
Reason why is because you want to be able to play that and then trash a card and then throw a Raidenmon down and blitz and rush with it. That's what this deck does, right?
Yeah.
You're using your Haguru to get these guys in trash, analogs to get these guys in trash. You have Raidenmon hopefully in your hand from either the Pagu, just draw in general, cause whatever all the draw, and then you want to throw down Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. If I don't see this card, I lose the game.
And it also gains you memory when you play the Raiden.
It does. So you play it for 12 after you've played this, but then you can gain 3 memory back.
Yeah.
So that 10 that you give your opponent really becomes 7.
Yep.
7's not nearly as bad as 10. 10 is really overextending, but the 7's really not bad.
Yeah.
And what's great is you can even Digivolve Raidenmon on top of another Raidenmon, throw another 3 underneath.
Oh, that's nasty.
And that's even more bodies you can kill in Merciful mode.
Yep.
I've only done that about once or twice in this, but it's always worth mentioning. So Tamers. So this deck does play a lot of Tamers. I play a 4 of Analog Youth. It's just so good in this deck.
Yeah.
It's just as good in Machinedramon, right? Where you want to get these pieces in trash.
Yep.
You want to get a card that you need to hand. You want that flexibility to choose.
Because you can grab, I think the best part about that card is that you can grab any Digimon. There's no color requirements.
Yes.
So if you're looking for that Zwart, or if you're looking for that other Omnimon, it's like you get to, it's a choose your own adventure card. Grab whatever you want.
Grab whatever piece is most important at the moment, right? So the Analog Youth, definitely a 4 of. Izzy. Izzy has been a wonderful 3 of. I tried the tie in this. Izzy is what I kept coming back to.
Yep. I did the same in my machine.
Right?
It's just like you need to future cast your hands.
You need to know what's coming up. So that way if you are going to mill or if you're going to draw or whatever you're going to do to your deck, you know what's coming up with the Izzy.
Yep.
And what's great is Izzy can swing, if it hits and secure on your opponent's turn, I really am playing a lot of black cards.
So you can get that memory.
Right?
Possibly
the only cards that aren't black are these 4 Zwart Defeat, 3 Merciful modes, and 4 Attack the Heavy Mobile Digimon. Everything...
Black?
or excuse me, 4 analog use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
your odds are pretty good.
My odds are great that I'm going to hit black and gain the memory. And that's going to be a 3 cost, right? Or even gain a memory on my opponent's turn, right?
Yeah, it's like 79% chance you're going to actually... Yep.
And Kazu.
Yeah.
Kazu, last tamer in the deck. Really good tamer for this. When attacking, you can draw, you can trash. That's perfect for this deck. Hard play a Haguru, trash one of these, swing with it the next turn. Kazu's on the field. You get a trash, draw, all of that's perfect for this deck.
So I run the same combo in Machinimon, and I like that combo because he nets memory on top of Izzy.
He does.
So
that's
and he's only 3 costs.
4 memory if I have Machine Cyborg, right? All of this here is Machine Cyborg. So give me that memory.
He's so good because he's like the only memory tamer that potentially only costs 3.
Yes. We don't have another memory setter that only could cost 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the first version I'm going to show you guys today of Raidenmon. I'm going to get the next one laid out, and we'll talk about that one. All right, guys, here's another really fun way that I've been enjoying Raidenmon. Sometimes you just want to build a good stack. I've seen a couple people in the Facebook group talk about how good the stack has been, and I've been really having fun messing with it myself. So I'm playing some different cards, obviously, right? The Raiden package is still the same, except I'm playing 1 less of each of the 6s.
Okay.
The egg, Hotmon.
Oh,
I play 7 black tamers, and I want to be able to give 1 extra 1,000 DP to any Digimon. No level requirement. I saw somebody playing the new X antibody black level 2 that says when you tuck something you gain 1k. This is more consistent in my opinion.
I agree, and I think since this is a Digivolving style type deck, you don't really need that Pagu draw as much.
So for those that don't want to play the Zoo version, try this. Let me know what you think. So talking about my level 3s, if you don't have the promo Sonorizas, you could easily substitute that with the Toy Agu.
Yeah, it's a good option.
I go back and forth myself, even though I have both versions. I like the Sonoriza because it gives your body piercing, right? And with this Metal Greymon, you're going to swing into Digimon, right? So when that Sonoriza's on the field, you have a Raidenmon with the Metal Grey underneath it, and you got piercing. That's just such a cool idea to me. And then when you put this in the stack, of course, the security attack +1 makes it extra aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I am playing 4 Tapirmons. So there's a reason why I'm playing the Tapirmon more than just the 1000 DP.
That's the new one.
That's the brand new one. Pairs great with this Maki, who I'm using in this deck. So the reason why I'm playing this Tapir is, if you notice, I'm playing this Gardramon, right? This Gardramon's inheritables, when attacking, you have to trash 1 to draw 2, right? So with that being said, as you're getting your pieces set up, you might be swinging with this Metal Greymon before he's Digivolved.
Yeah.
Right? Or if you don't have the Raiden, but you Digivolve from Gardramon to Andromon to Metal Grey, or Metal Grey, and then maybe a Sujin, Raijin, or Fujin, that's 2 colors. Right?
Makes sense, yep.
So that's an extra 1k from that, 1k from the hop. So we're talking 13k level 6s, 12k level 6s, anything to just really help you, maintain the board state while you're waiting to get all your pieces that you need, right?
That's fair.
4 of the Haguru, great card in any Raiden. This is a 4 of in all of my decks. Won't talk about it too much. It's a great card. If you haven't used it, definitely start.
Yep.
4 Gardramon, 4 blockers, great.
Great inheritable.
Yep. The next 5 level 4s I'm playing are machines, right? Or cyborgs. So they trigger off Kazu. Yep. They trigger off the Haguru. Great for Turbo, the Tankmon.
Yep.
High DP body, 6k, can be a 7k with the hop if you need it.
1 cost Digi.
1 cost, it's perfect, right? Yep. Turbos. Mechanori, great blocker, and then a 1 of Grumble, because we are playing so many tamers.
Grumble for game.
Exactly. It might not be a bad idea to go to 2 of that, but I do think you do get enough card draw when you get the Gardramon set up.
It's situational.
It's situational anyways, right? Yep. So now let's talk about a level 5s. Last deck didn't play any level 5s. You could play a Zoo version of Raidenmon, where you hard drop 5 cost level 5s. The starter deck, we get a new Nightmon, and then in the Cross War set, we get a new Gogmamon, both 5 drops with high DP. You could do that.
Finally get another
right? One. So I may or may not mess with that.
It's not just the big bad bear.
It's not just
all alone in a corner.
Yeah. Remember when that first came out and everyone was freaking out about how the first 5 drop 2 of a cost Evo was a rare, right? It was like, oh man, great.
Freaked out so much we didn't get another one for 18 months.
Yeah. You guys need to calm down. Andromon, when Digivolving, reveal the top 3, add 1 level 6 with machine and its traits, trash the rest. It is important to notice that the Raijin and the Fujin are cyborgs, not machines, but the Sujin and the Raidens are machines. So you can grab these and trash those. But this really helps filter your trash. I didn't bring a Loader Leo with you, but we'll have one down below, right? So the Loader Leo, if you really want another machine or cyborg that is a 2-cost Evo instead of this Andromon, try that. You'll have a lot of fun. It worked well. I went back to this because I wanted to give my Raidenmon blocker, or I wanted to give Sujinmon blocker, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going for with this. So Metal Gray, great level 5. We get to take full advantage in this deck. It's got removal, de-digivolves. I can use this as inheritable with the Raiden to attack bodies.
Yep.
It's a great card. Then the rest of the deck, you'll notice I'm only playing 3 again of the level 6s. That's just for room. Room is so tight. If you notice, I'm not even playing that option anymore.
Or analog use.
I do think it might be worth going back and forth, but I've been settling on the Maki.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm doing the Maki, I know it does not trash any cards, which you want with Raiden. But what she does is she can give me any 2-color black card. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 dual colors, and she can grab Tapir at the same time.
That's pretty cool.
So she grabs me a 3 because I'm running only 12, right? And she can grab me any of these cards that we just talked about, so I can then trash them later on to start getting combos set up, or just really help to build my stack. And she's great because she reduces the Evo cost in the Metal Gray or the Sujin, Raijin, Fujin if you have to Digivolve into those.
Fair.
So these cards do have when Digivolving effects that you can use. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're playing this version, whereas the previous version, you would not have used the Wind Digivolving.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yep. So
you kind of get a whole different utility base out of the same cards, which is kind of cool.
Again, 3 Kazus is our last Tamer. Kazu is just so good in this deck. Again, that's another reason why you want to have this extra DP with Hop and Tapir, so that way you can start swinging and, you know, a little bit on the safer side. So when you gamble, so you can start getting that card filtering right. This really helps out with all this.
Sweet. On to the last.
Let's talk about the last one. Okay, guys, and it's hard to say I didn't save the best for last because this might be the best version depending on your preference.
Okay.
This is the purple vase, purple version. So the reason why I went purple was for Impmon, trash 3 cards when he's deleted, good hand filtering, put cards in the trash as Demimera, and Missed Memory Boost. Missed Memory Boost, such a great card. First of all, it has the delay.
Yeah.
That's great. When you really just need 2 more memory for whatever play it is, in case you don't have your memory setter and you're ready to make your Raidenmon play, Missed Memory Boost comes in so nice. It's also great too, gets 2 cards in the trash, top your deck. It is a little bit more indiscriminately, which is why I'm playing more 4-ofs, trying to make sure I have the consistent pieces, so in case I mill something that I might need later, I have enough.
I was going to say, with the Impmon, the analogs like you were, this is a very trash-heavy deck.
Get the trash full as quickly as possible, so that way your Raidenmon is ready to go as fast as possible, and see how your opponent can respond, right? So that's the idea of this version. If you notice, my level 7 is different too. No longer playing the Omnimon package.
Well,
3 Death X's.
That automatically makes it the best for this format,
right? Death X is so powerful, and this is the level 7 that can go on all of the level 6s in this deck. So you can Digivolve into it. Again, you get the when attacking effects of these cards here, and you can hard play it too. Yeah. So if you already have a really threatening Raiden stack and you want to leave alone, you can just hard play a Death X depending on your opponent's board state. So this is the more defensive version for sure, with the 4 Iron Fisted Onslaughts as well, to get rid of your opponent's Death X. Since we are playing 7 Tamers, you know, we are kind of getting into that opponent's Death X range. Yeah. Iron Fist, great way to delete that. Triggers insecurity, super threatening insecurity as well. So, I mean, like 4 Mechanoris, like other than that, like I'm not trying to downplay this when I talk about this deck so quickly, this particular version, but this is a much more streamlined, you know, 1 more dimension, like get the trash full, play your option, blitz rush with Raiden, and then count down till you win the game, right?
Well, it's a little bit stronger in security, I'd say, with the other ones, because you got the Iron Fisted, you got the Attack of the Heavy Mobiles. I mean, you got your Death X, those are big 15K boys in your security. I mean, pretty much if anybody swings with anything under, you know, around 10K, they're going to die in that deck. So
absolutely.
Love it.
All right, guys. Well, that will be it. So again, this was a great video that I was really excited to do because we're doing 3 deck profiles, 1 video. Screenshot all of these versions, test them all out. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe to our channel. Come visit us, waywardcitygames.com. Get all your singles that you may need. And we really thank you for joining us.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Bye.